Okay, we're going to be just about ready to go with the playing of our national anthem here, and then anthem. Okay, the Southwestern Mustang Band with the playing of our national anthem. The two teams are taking the field. It looks like the Mustangs will be kicking off to the Colonials. The Mustangs defending the north goal, the Colonials the south goal. And with the first half play-by-play, here's Dave Little.
Thank you, Steve. As we mentioned, a beautiful night for football here at Southwestern Field. Colonials will receive the kickoff. They'll be heading from west to east with the ball in the first quarter, and the Mustangs kicking off. Kicking off for the Mustangs will be Ryan Wickline.
Like those numbers on the field, the yards every 10 yards.
That's nice. It makes it a lot easier for us. Deep for the Colonials is Ryan Wall, and it looks like Gary Abel. The kick goes to Wall. He touches it at the 5. It rolls past him to the 2. He picks it up. He's heading towards the middle of the field. He's out over the 20 to the 22-yard line.
He broke 3 tackles from the 17 to the 22 before they brought him down.
A 20-yard return for Wall, and it was a hard-earned return. As Don mentioned, he broke a few tackles on his way to the middle of the field. Got the ball out of the hole. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Colonials. Ball resting on their own 22-yard line. They come out with Abel split wide to the right. Moore is the quarterback. Behind the center, Doug Cole. Calls his signals. Marshall, the left wing, goes in motion to the right. It's a pitch back to Wall. It's the halfback pass. He's got a man wide open down the field. Abel, he's got it at the 40, the 30, and he's struck down from behind at the 26-yard line by the safety, Aaron Brady.
Finally made the tackle, and the receiver had to wait for the ball. If he wouldn't have had to wait, if he'd have caught it on the run, it would have been a TD. But it was a nice play to start the ball game with.
Surprised the Colonials, surprised everyone here, and what looked like the toss sweep to the tailback turned into a halfback pass, and he was wide open, as
just a little
Don
more
mentioned.
zip on that ball, and he'd have had a TD.
Well, Wall's not the quarterback. He runs the ball.
50 yards on the play, Dave.
Big gainer. 1st and 10 for the Colonials on the Mustang 28. This time it's Wall right up the middle, hard running. He gains about 6 on the play. Gets the ball down to about the 22-yard line. Bring up a 2nd and 4 for the Colonials.
Zach Gilmore made the tackle. He's the defensive tackle on the left side for the Mustangs. Brian Ernst is the defensive tackle on the right side this evening. Dave Krebs on the injury list.
Have a full house backfield this time. Kaiser in there with Lawrence and Wall. Wall gets the straight handoff. He's hit right at the line of scrimmage, keeps his legs driving forward, but I don't think he picked up any yardage at all.
That was Gilmore again. He made the tackle. He was ready for that one.
No gain on the play for the Colonials. It'll bring up a 3rd and a long 4 now. In fact, they may have even lost a half a yard on the play. 3rd and a long 4 for the Colonials, resting just outside the Mustang 22-yard line. Colonials come out with a power set. Moore calls the signals. Fakes the Wall, rolls out to his right, fires downfield. Intended for his tight end, Jason Lockman. It's incomplete, but there's a penalty flag on the play.
I believe the defender got there a little early.
The defender might have gotten there before the ball. There's a penalty flag laying on the 11-yard line.
Mike Lebrand, just a little early.
It's pass interference against the Mustangs.
Big break for the New Oxford Colonials. That puts them really in scoring position now, just outside the 10-yard line.
Half the distance to the goal from the previous spot, which was the 22-yard line. 22 and a half. We're just outside the 11. It's going to be 1st and 10 for the Colonials. We'll call it on the 12. Moore calls the signals. Straight ahead, off tackle, it's Wall. He's driving forward, dragging some tacklers with him inside the 10 to about the 8-yard line. Picks up close to 4 on the play. Bring up a 2nd and 6. The Colonials can get a first down without scoring. If they can get the ball to the 1, they'll have a 1st and goal situation.
Zach Topper made the tackle. Not until Wall picked up about 3.5 yards on the play.
And I tell you, this would be a big lift for the Colonials if they could score on the Mustangs right out of the gate. That halfback pass sort of stunned Southwestern. Got the Colonials out of the hole. Moore calls the signals. This time he's rolling out to his left. Looking for Wall. He's got him at the 5, down to about the 3-yard line. Bring up a 3rd and short for the Mustangs. Moore looked pretty good on that pass. He zipped it right to Wall. That's a hard thing to do for a kid, rolling to the left and throwing with the right.
That's correct.
But he had his body squared downfield, and he made a nice delivery of the pass.
3rd and a long 2 now.
3rd and a long 2, just outside the 3 for the Colonials. Power set once again. Bring the variety back Marshall into the backfield. Wall off left tackle, nothing there at all as the Mustangs stuff it up.
No room in the middle.
The Colonials may be setting up that sweep. Wall has some good speed to the corner. They're running inside, maybe trying to tighten up the Southwestern defense so they can spring something to the outside. We'll see what Jordy has up his sleeve here on this 4th and 3 play, 4th and a long 2.
Nose guard Dave Moss and the linebacker Brian Hart really closed up the middle that time.
4th and 2 for the Colonials, ball resting on Southwestern's 3-yard line. Lawrence moves over to the right side. Now they go right off tackle with Wall. He's in the end zone. Touchdown, Colonials.
Right off the right side, there was a hole, and the Colonials take the lead from 78 yards out.
I tell you, that's surprising. Very surprising. And we may have ourselves a barn burner here tonight.
Well, the 50-yard play really got them going.
They had the Mustang defense on their heels, and Colonials just shoved it right in there.
That was not a halfback option either. That was a halfback pass.
All the way. It was pass all the way. Kaiser, the placement. The kick is up and barely makes it over the crossbar, but it's good. It goes on the board.
Knuckler. There was a knuckler.
7-0. Colonials with 7:38 to go in the first quarter. We'll pause for 30 seconds.
Colonials go 78 yards in 7 plays, take 4 minutes and 22 seconds before Ryan Wall goes in from 3 yards out for the Colonial TD. Troy Kaiser adds the extra point. It's 7-0 Colonials. 7:38 to go in the first quarter.
Troy Kaiser is going to be kicking off.
Colonials with a strong opening drive to set the pace of this ball game.
Kaiser will kick off for the Colonials. Deep for the Mustangs. In the middle, it's Corey Rudders. And just in front of him on the flanks are Aaron Sullivan and Mike Bria. Kaiser's ready. He approaches the ball. He gets into the kick. It's a good kickoff to Rudders at the 9. He bobbles it a little bit, cuts up the middle of the field to the 20, the 25, breaks a tackle to the 30. Out over to the 35-yard line. A decent return for Corey Rudders. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Mustangs. Ball resting on their own 35-yard line.
Good run back by Corey Rudders after he bobbled the ball inside his own 10-yard line. Got the handle on it, took off.
26-yard return for Rudders.
Lebrand split wide right. Handoff, fake to the fullback. It's Sullivan coming out of the backfield, taking the pass from Brady. He has a first down over to the 45-yard line.
Run out of bounds by Ryan Wall. Actually, he was driven out of bounds by Wall, and that was a quick first down for the Mustangs.
Ball spotted at the 46-yard line, a pickup of 11 on first down for the Mustangs. A timeout is called by the Colonials. We'll pause for 30 seconds.
First and 10 for the Mustangs with the ball on their 47-yard line. Timeout, New Oxford.
We'll return in a moment with more exclusive coverage of high school football on Hanover Cable TV. Underwritten by the Hanover Evening Sun, Farmers Bank and Trust, the Hanover Area Family YMCA, the Hollinger Group, and Stambaugh, Dorgan and Company Incorporated CPAs.
Thank you, Pat. Okay. The Colonials have drawn first blood here tonight. Mustangs have the ball in their first play from scrimmage. They threw for a first down. So they maintain possession, and when Dave picks it up, the Mustangs are going to be on the own 47-yard line. Okay, Dave?
Okay, Don, thank you. First and 10 for the Mustangs. Ball resting just short of their own 47. Rudders is split wide left. Straight handoff to the fullback up the middle. He breaks the tackle. He's into the clear down the right sidelines. He could go, but he stumbles a little bit, and Ryan Wall picks him up and forces him out of bounds at the 22-yard line. It'll be first and 10 for the Mustangs.
Quick opener over the middle, and then Bria cut to the right. He had plenty of running. If he wouldn't have stumbled, he just might have made it.
He might have. He saw that goal line 25 yards down the field. He stumbled a little bit.
32-yard carry for Mike Bria.
Quickly, it's
Dell.
Yeah, Jason Dell. They snapped the ball so quick, I lost track of the ball.
They're not
Jason
only
Dell.
going on a quick snap, but the linemen are getting off the ball very rapidly now. They're beating the New Oxford defense to the punch.
It's a pickup of 6 for Dell. It'll be 2nd and 4 for the Mustangs on the 16-yard line. Brady with Rudder split wide left, fullback straight up the middle through a big hole, and he's down close to the 5-yard line where it'll be 1st and goal for the Mustangs.
Tony Moore made the stop there.
The safety man had to make the tackle, and the Mustangs are really firing off the ball on offense.
Gaping holes in that line of scrimmage right now.
The ball is just barely ready for play, and the Mustangs are already out of the huddle. Lebrand wide right. This time it's Sullivan coming around the right side, gets to the corner, gets a block on the corner, and stumbles his way to the 5-yard line, where it'll be 2nd and goal for the Mustangs. We'll spot the ball on the 6, Steve.
Linebacker P.J. Groff made the tackle, but the Mustangs are on the move.
Very close to a block in the back there on the corner for the
very
Mustangs.
Close. I
Just
thought
barely
it was gonna be
avoided the
called.
penalty. This time it's Sullivan off right tackle. He's down close to the goal line. It'll be 3rd and 1 for the score.
Mustangs are moving the football.
They are moving it in chunks.
With dispatch.
I tell you, this game so far, the way the Mustangs are coming out of the huddle sort of reminds me of last year out at DeLone, that game. It went so swiftly. The players were at the ball before the ball was even ready for play for the next play. Brady on the quarterback sneak up the middle. He's got the touchdown for the Colonials.
How about for the Mustangs?
Oh, excuse me. You're right, Steve.
7-6 ball game.
Getting excited here trying to keep up with the action on the field.
Colonials lead by 1.
Brian Wickline will be in to attempt the placement and tie this game. Brady is the holder. The snap is back. Brady puts it down. The kick is up. It looks good. It is good. And we have a tie ball game at 7 apiece with 5:22 to go in the first period. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
The Oxford Colonial 7, Southwestern Mustangs.
You're watching exclusive television coverage of high school football on Hanover Cable TV. Underwritten by Farmers Bank and Trust. We're in banking for you, serving the Hanover community. The Hanover Area Family YMCA, the place to be for family fun activities. 500 North George Street. Call 632-8211. The Hanover Evening Sun. Look to the Evening Sun every Wednesday for your complete guide to high school football. The New Area Football Weekly. The Hollinger Group. For real estate and insurance, call the Hollinger Group. Our #1 policy is service. We work for you. 207 Frederick Street, Hanover. Call 632-5225. And Stambard's Organ and Company Incorporated CPAs. Supporting business and education in the community. 1010 Eichelberger Street, Hanover. Call 637-2641.
The Mustangs go 65 yards in 7 plays, taking 2 minutes and 16 seconds before quarterback Aaron Brady goes in from 1 yard out. And Ryan Wickline adds the extra point to tie the game at 7-7 with 5:22 remaining now in the first quarter. Big play in the drive, of course, that big 32-yard carry by Mike Brea to move the ball deep into Colonial territory.
Wickline to kick off for the Mustangs. Back deep is Gary Abel and Ryan Wall for the Colonials. The kick is coming to Wall. He gets it at the 15-yard line. Straight ahead running. He's got a hole out over the 30 to about the 32-yard line where it'll be 1st and 10 for New Oxford. I'd like to take a moment here to mention our officials. The referee is Rich Schaller, the umpire Wendell Phillips, head linesman Terry DiGratulo, line judge is Ed Bupp, and the back judge Cordell Nieder. For the best in officiating, look to the York area officials.
17-yard return for Ryan Wall.
Abel wide left. In the wing right is Marshall. Fake the toss sweep, and the pass downfield intended for Marshall, thrown behind him out of bounds. Incomplete. 2nd 10 for the Colonials coming up.
Covering on the
32.
Covering on the play for the Mustangs was Craig Baumgartner, the cornerback on the left side. Pass was thrown behind the intended receiver.
I tell you, there was some zip on the pass, but he just didn't lead his receiver enough. It was behind him out of bounds. So Marshall was streaking down the right sideline. Abel goes out wide right. Coming out wide to the left is Mark Smith. Moore to pass. It's batted up in the air. It's a loose ball, and it falls incomplete after bouncing off a couple of linemen with both colored jerseys. Both black and white touched it. It falls incomplete. 3rd and 10 for the Colonials. I tell you, Tony Moore has a strong arm. He really fires that ball hard.
He can zip it. But the Colonials have a 3rd and 10. We've got 4:54 left in the first quarter. And a tie ball game at 7-7.
Marshall comes in from the bench with the play. Abel comes out wide left. Marshall flanked wide to the right. Moore calls the signals for the Colonials. Straight drop back, a 3-step.
Draw.
He tries a quarterback draw, and he had a hole there, but I tell
He
you,
lost the nose guard. Just had his jersey.
I tell you, the hole was there, but Moss got a hand on him and held on to him and drug him down.
That would have been pretty good yardage if he could have gotten past Moss. Moss very alert on the play.
Back to punt for the Colonials. It looks like it's Tony Moore. Moore gets into the kick. It's a low spinner coming to Brady on the 40. He cuts to the left sidelines, and Ryan Marshall has a hold of him and drags him down as he crosses midfield and gets the ball back to about the Colonial 48.
Mustangs with good field position on the in Colonial territory at the 48-yard line.
13-yard return for Aaron Brady.
He was tackled inbounds near the sidelines. 1st and 10 for the Mustangs on the Colonial 48.
30 yards on the punt for Moore.
Brady to Ecker. Inside reverse to Sullivan. He's got plenty of room out here on the right side. It's a race to the corner. Tony Moore to safety. He's going to run him down at the 15-yard line.
Aaron Sullivan on the carry for the Mustangs.
Sullivan shows speed, too.
He has some quickness.
We saw him in the Hanover game get loose a couple of times, and he exhibited it that time. That was supposed to be an inside reverse that was sort of clogged up a little bit in the inside. He went outside and picked up sizable yardage.
33 yards for Aaron Sullivan.
That's sizable.
Brady straight up the middle to Bria. He hits the whole line at the line of scrimmage and breaks to the outside and gets the ball inside the 10 to the 9, picks up 6.
Tackled by Ryan Wall, though, at the 9-yard line.
I tell you, Wall lowered the shoulder into him and lifted his feet off the ground and drove him back a couple yards, but forward progress is inside the 10 to the 9. It'll be 2nd and 5 for the Mustangs.
Short 5.
Brady has Lee Brand wide left. Gives it to Bria off left tackle. He's into the end zone. Touchdown, Mustangs.
That was quick. Very effective offense this evening for Southwestern.
Very effective indeed. They got their wake-up call.
They're getting
early.
off the ball. That's what they're doing. They're getting off the ball up front.
And the runners are hitting the holes very quickly.
48 yards in 3 plays that time for the Mustangs. Took just a minute 3.
Wickline's kick. It's up high and it's straight through.
No doubt about that one.
14-7, the Mustangs lead. And we're still in the first quarter with 3:10 to go. We'll pause for 30 seconds.
Back at the corral. Now the Mustangs on top, 14-7. It looked like that initial touchdown by New Oxford was a wake-up call to the Southwestern offense. They scored twice since then. Okay, kickoff.
Wickline set to kick off to the Colonials. Abel and Wall back deep for New Oxford. This time the kick is a low liner. It bounces on the 16 and it goes out of bounds. No, excuse me. It's not out of bounds. The ball was whistled dead as the kicking team was offsides on the kickoff.
Well, they're getting off the ball in the line of scrimmage very quickly, and they tried to do the same thing in the kickoff and jumped the gun.
It'll cost them 5 yards. They cannot cross that line where the ball is placed until the ball is kicked, and someone was a little anxious over there.
The ball must be live before they can advance.
So we'll do it over again. Wickline has it teed up, counts off his steps, raises his hand, tells the official, I'm ready. Let's play. Wickline gets into the kick. This one's a high kick, floating to Wall on the 12. Wall up the right sideline. He has a hole. He gets a full head of steam and gets the ball out to the 35.
I like the way he runs back. He starts slow and then builds up momentum, and then when he gets to the pack, he tries to bust it.
He's got Ryan Wall. He added 25 pounds of weight or muscle to his frame from last year to this. It
looks more like muscle to me.
23 yards on that return for Wall.
He has the ability to break some tackles. Moore calls the signals. His fullback, Kaiser, off the right side, gets about a yard and a half before he's stopped dead in his tracks. They're going to give him forward progress to the 38-yard line, pickup of nearly 3.
Mike Tracy, the linebacker on that side, was the principal tackler. He was assisted by a couple other guys.
The Colonials hoping to get their offense back on the move after their opening drive score. Southwest has scored twice, so the Colonials are down by a touchdown. Moore, back to pass. He's being rushed, flushed out the right side, breaking some tackles, and does well just to get a yard pickup out of the play out to the 39-yard line.
Final stop was made by defensive end Corey Rudders.
He had to avoid about 4 tackles on the way to that 1-yard gain for Moore. It'll bring up a 3rd and 6. Ball resting on the Colonial 39-yard line. Marshall brings the play in for New Oxford from the Colonial bench. He comes out wide to the left. Wide right is Gary Abel. It's Kaiser and Wall in the backfield behind the quarterback Moore. Backfield to toss off to the right tackle to Wall, and he's stopped for no gain.
Mr. Wall ran into a wall, a defensive wall of the Mustangs.
He ran into a solid wall.
Made by number 31, Jason Dell.
The hole wasn't there. It'll bring up a 4th and 5 for the Mustang, or the Colonials, and they'll punt to the Mustangs. Back deep for Southwest is Corey Rudders and Aaron Brady. Moore gets into the punt, nearly blocked by Zach Topper. Comes to Rudders on the 29. He's looking to the right sideline, gets a couple of blocks, but out of nowhere comes number 76. That's Jason Zinn, and he gets some help. They stacked Rudders up, and after the whistle blow, Rudders breaks free down the sideline, but the ball had already been blown dead. So it'll be 1st and 10 for New Oxford, or Southwest, on their own 41-yard line to start this drive.
Evidently a number of people below us didn't hear that whistle. Stopping the play.
Well, that's why they're sitting in the stands.
31-yard punt that time for Moore. 12-yard return by Rudders.
Brady back to pass, rolls out to his left. He's got his fullback, Tracy. He weaves through some traffic and gets the ball down to about the 37-yard line of New Oxford.
That was a nifty pass by Aaron Brady. He went to his left and stopped and came back with the pass to his right, or up the middle.
Both quarterbacks here showing decent athletic ability.
22 yards on that play.
Rudders wide right. It comes to the fullback, Bria, and he's hit before he gets to the line of scrimmage, and that's Kuhn. He had a hold of him, and he wasn't about to let go. Larry
Kuhn, 6'1", 230 pounds senior, and
it's a loss.
He was the big stopper on that play.
It's a loss of 2 on the play back to the 38-yard line. And that's the end of the first period. We'll pause for 60 seconds.
That's the end of the first quarter, ladies and gentlemen. The score of the Southwestern Mustangs 13, the New Oxford Colonials 7.
You're watching exclusive television coverage of high school football on Hanover Cable TV. Underwritten by Stanbaugh, Dorgan & Company Incorporated CPAs. Supporting business and education in the community. 1010 Eichelberger Street, Hanover. Call 637-2641. The Hollinger Group. For real estate and insurance, call the Hollinger Group. Our #1 policy is service. We work for you. 207 Frederick Street, Hanover. Call 632-5225. The Hanover Area Family YMCA. The place to be for family fun activities. 500 North George Street. Call 632-8211. Farmers Bank and Trust. We're in banking for you, serving the Hanover community. And the Hanover Evening Sun. Look to the Hanover Evening Sun every Wednesday for your complete guide to high school football. The New Area Football Weekly.
We're ready for play to start the second period. Brady goes back to pass, fakes the throw. Now he's looking for Zach Topper, and it's intercepted by the safety, Tony Moore, on his own 34-yard line. That play looked a little funky from the get-go there.
Yes, it did.
He looked like he wanted to throw the quick pass over the middle right off the snap, and it wasn't there. And he went back a couple more steps and tried to force a throw to his tight end again. And this one was picked off by the safety Moore. 14-7. Southwestern leading New Oxford. We've just started the second quarter. The Colonials come out on offense with Marshall wide left, Abel wide right. Split backfield behind Moore. Moore fakes it to his fullback. It looks like a busted play. He has nobody out there. Wants to fake the pass, and when he's hit, he fumbles.
That was recovered by the Mustangs.
And he turns it right back over to the Southwestern Mustangs. Another play that looked a little funky from the very beginning.
Zach Topper on the recovery for the Mustangs.
He should have tucked that baby in and eaten it.
I think what he wanted to do is fake like he was passing to freeze the defense and get himself out to the outside, but
he was hit from behind.
He was hit when he was holding the ball up in the air, and he lost control and turned it right back over to the Mustangs on the 35-yard line. 1st and 10, Southwest. Bria up the middle. breaks a tackle, gets it to the 31-yard line, a pickup of 4 on the play. It'll bring up a 2nd and 6 for Southwestern. Ball resting on New Oxford's 31.
Jake Miller was the tackler on that play for New Oxford.
Lee Bryan, wide right. Brady gives it to Ecker. He wants to go around left side, and he's caught in the backfield. And that's Larry Kuhn again, defensive end. Playing pretty decently. Stops him for a yard loss on the play. The ball is now back outside the 35-yard line.
Helped out in there a little bit by Ryan Marshall coming up from his defensive halfback position. Came up quickly on that play.
That was a loss of 4, Dave.
You're right, you are. There was a gain on the first play. Brady rolls right. Looking downfield, he's
overthrows the receiver.
It's a little hard to figure out who he was trying to get that one to. He's got Zach Topper down there at 6'4".
Looked like it was Topper.
But there was 3 white shirts very close all around him.
He did well to overthrow it, really.
And Brady saw the open field behind Topper, but Topper was standing still looking back towards Brady. And the pass is long, incomplete. 4th and 11 for Southwestern.
First 4th down situation facing the Mustangs tonight, and they're going to punt.
Ecker's going to punt from his own 36, or from the New Oxford 36-yard line. Try to get a coffin corner kick here, possibly. He's going for the corner, and it just may have caught it. Well, it went a little, too far out of bounds, and it's going to be spotted at the 12. But nevertheless, New Oxford will have to start in the hole.
Anything inside the 20 is a plus.
Right. If they would have went for it on 4th and 11 and not got the first down, New Oxford would have had much better field position than what they're going to start with on their own 12.
Oh, plus a kick in the end zone, too. Brings about the 20, you know.
10 minutes to go, first half. Southwestern leading 14-7. It's Colonial ball, 1st and 10 on their own 12. Moore calls the signals. Gives it to Wall, straight ahead blast behind the fullback, picks up maybe a yard. As the Southwestern defensive front has really toughened up since that first drive.
Mike Tracy and Brian Ernst in there.
Have the Colonials even picked up a first down since that first drive, Steve?
No.
They have not. So the Southwestern defense has really tightened things up here.
2 punts and a fumble.
Play comes in from the sideline with Mark Smith. Moore sends Smith out wide to the right, Abel wide left. He's got the eye backfield with Kaiser and Wall behind him. The toss to Wall. He wants to get to the right corner, and it's nothing there. He's stopped for no gain.
Good pursuit there by Zach Topper. He shed the block and went right for the ball carrier.
May have picked up a yard on the play. It's going to be spotted on the 14-yard line.
Craig Baumgartner helped out, and they put the scissors on him.
2 plays, 2 yards for the Colonials. They have a 3rd and 8. Ryan Marshall and Mark Smith seem to be alternating at split end or variety back, bringing the plays in from the Colonial bench. Moore, eye backfield once again. Splits on each side. Moore back to pass. He's being rushed. He gets rid of the ball to Wall. He's wide open out in the flat. He's out over to 22, and he has a first down for the Colonials.
Nice execution. Quarterback and the running back for the first down.
I tell you, it's a good thing Moore got rid of it when he did, because he had big Zach Topper coming in with a full head of steam on his back.
He laid it right in there, though.
It'll be a 1st and 10 for the Colonials. The ball will be spotted on the 24-yard line. It was a nice play. Wall was wide open out there in the flat. No one picked him up coming out of the backfield after the fake handoff. Smith brings in the play. Moore gives it to the teammates. Sends his center Doug Cole out with the wide outs. Mark Smith to the right, Abel to the left. Eye backfield once again. Kaiser and Wall. Moore gives it to Wall. Off his left tackle. He breaks through a hole. He's got some speed up the middle. He breaks another tackle, and he's struck down from behind as he gets inside the Southwestern 40.
Dell was the only guy left.
I tell you what, the defensive front for Southwestern has toughened up, but if Wall can get through a hole in there, he's got the speed to go all the way. We'll spot the ball on the 38-yard line of Southwestern, 1st and 10, New Oxford.
39-yard carry for Ryan Wall that time.
Jason Dell was the saver on that one defensively.
And Dell wouldn't have called him if he wouldn't have been already slowed up a little bit,
right.
5 yards prior to that tackle.
He's got 55 yards, does Ryan Wall, on 9 carries so far tonight.
Decent average for Wall.
That's
over 5.5 yards per carry.
6 per.
Yep, over 6 yards. Twins out to the left, and there's penalty flags. Illegal procedure, I believe, will be the call.
One of the offensive men jumped. I don't know whether, I think it was up front.
It is a dead ball. Delay of game.
Oh. Well, somebody jumped anyhow, but it was after the call.
5 yards for delay of game.
5-yard penalty for delay of game against the Colonials. It'll bring up now a 1st and 15 for them. Ball resting on Southwestern's 43.
1st and 15 for the Colonials.
This time the Twins come out to the right side. Able to split. Mark Smith in the slot. Moore on the handoff to Smith on the flank and reverse. He fumbles the ball, and he's losing big yardage as he tries to get to the outside. He's back across the 50, and he's going to be tackled on the New Oxford 47-yard line. It's a
good execution on that play. Would have gained yardage, I think, the way it was opening up.
A loss of 10 on the play.
But the drop and the recovery, the fumble, gave the defense enough time to swarm the ball carrier.
It's going to be 3rd and 25. Excuse me, it'll be 2nd.
Right.
There was a penalty on 1st down. We replayed the down. 2nd and 25. Scoreboard operator had 3rd up too. Moore, straight back, the quarterback draw. He only picks up about 3 yards. Not even. He's knocked down at the 49-yard line.
Tony Lockman
of
in
New
there.
Oxford.
Tony Lockman in there on that from his linebacker position, and this is the first time we've seen him.
Ball's going to be spotted with the nose touching the midfield stripe. It'll bring up a 3rd and 22. Big play here for the Colonial offense. I'm sure they'd like to score again and tie this up before the half. And whatever, they don't want to give the ball back to the Mustangs as they've been scoring in a matter of minutes.
Sending Twins to the right now.
Twins to the right. It's Abel and Smith in the slot. Penalty flag is down. Moore, he's throwing the pass. It's going to be intercepted. Intercepted by Craig Baumgartner. He's at the 50 and he cuts to the middle of the field.
He's got a wall.
He could go all the way. He's got a wall of blockers out there. The penalty flag thrown in the air sort of made everybody stop a little bit, and he scores.
Yeah, but we got 2 flags on the play, Dave. One before the pass and one on the return of the interception.
I believe we're going to have a motion penalty against New Oxford.
Probably a clip against the Mustangs on the run back.
But it will still be Southwestern ball if that flag was after the turnover. And I believe that will be the case.
So we'll see.
They
how
would decline the motion, in other words, and
yep. We'll see how they sort this out.
Baumgartner intercepted his own 33. The flag is at the Colonial 45.
Okay, it is a motion penalty against the Colonials, but the ball was turned over to the Mustangs, and then there was a clip on the return at the 45-yard line. The Mustangs will retain possession of the ball after the interception, but they won't have the touchdown. They'll have to start from their own 40-yard line with 5:48 to go in the half.
Back at the corral, and it's the offensive center.
Yes, it was. It was Doug Cole, the
Doug
injured
Cole
player for the
was
Colonials. He's walking off the field. I'm sure he'll be back. He may have gotten a Charlie horse in one of his legs. If he was the man who received the clip, a clip is a block in the rear, and he may have gotten caught in the back of the leg. 1st and 10 for Southwestern after the penalty assessment on the interception run back. Ball resting on their own 40.
Mustangs lead 14-7.
Rudders wide right. It's a draw to the fullback Bria, and he is knocked down hard after a 1-yard gain. And
Larry Kuhn
it's him again.
He's playing a fine defensive game for New Oxford.
That kid's a football player. Pickup of 2 yards on the play, almost 2 yards. Wide right is Rudders. Brady, quick drop back pass intended for Rudders coming in across the middle, and it's incomplete at the midfield stripe as Rudders was on his knees sliding to attempt the catch of the low pass. It falls incomplete.
Brady had to hurry that one a little bit.
It was just a quick 3-step drop and throw, and the defense was coming upon him. He got rid of the ball, fired it low. Lebrand wide right. In the slot, it's Dale, the wingback. Brady rolls to his right, looking downfield. He's got Lebrand. It's ruled incomplete. It looked like he had possession of the ball and started to turn when he was hit, but he was juggling the ball.
Ryan Wall put a real hit on him.
He did hit him very hard. He knocked the ball out of there.
The ball and the receiver were separated.
4th and 9. A long 8, a short 9 for the Mustangs. They'll punt. Eckers back to punt, back deep for the Colonials. It's Abel and Wall. Colonials are setting up a return. Ecker gets a high kick to Wall at his 21. He fumbles it, picks it up right away, gets back to the 26-yard line before he's knocked down by Corey Rudders and Zach Gilmore. It'll be 1st and 10 for New Oxford on their own 26.
That's a nice kick. He turned that one over in the air.
It was real nice and high. 5:20 to go in the first half.
38 yards on that punt.
Southwestern leading 14-7. Colonials will attempt to tie this game up before half.
1st and 10 for the Colonials.
Abel goes out wide to the left. Ryan Marshall flanked right. High backfield behind Moore. It's Wall off left tackle. Picks up maybe 2 or 3 at the most on the play. We will give him 3 out to the 29-yard line. 2nd and 7 for the Colonials.
Josh Clemens, the defensive end on that side, was the stopper. This has turned into a defensive ball game after that flurry of touchdowns there in the first quarter.
It certainly has. Wide left is Mark Smith is in the wing right, and it's Abel wide left. Moore wants to pass, and he's pressured, and he's sacked back inside the 15-yard line. A big loss on the play for New Oxford.
It looked like...
Going to the backfield by number 54, Brian Ernst, and number 66, Dave Moss.
Ernst and Most on the tackle for Southwestern. The ball will be spotted right on the 15-yard line.
Moss, the nose guard, and Ernst, the defensive tackle, replacing Dave Krebs on that side. They combined to put the sack on the quarterback.
The Colonials will have to get it out to the 37 for a first down, so that brings up a 3rd and 22.
3rd down and 22 for the Colonials. The ball on their 15-yard line.
3.5 minutes to go, first half. Moore back to pass. Looking for Marshall. It's right off his hands as he makes a move in front of the defender, Baumgartner. The ball was there, but it's incomplete.
They almost split those defenders that time for the completed pass, and that would have been a first down.
From where he touched the ball, it wasn't quite a first down, but he had room to pick up the first down if he would have held on. It's right yard, Don. He would have had a first down if he could have held on to the ball. Moore will punt. Back deep is Rudders and Brady for Southwest. Snaps a little wild, but Moore gets it off. It's a low, bounces and rolls, and Brady falls on it to avoid having it roll by him. It'll be 1st and 10 for Southwestern on the New Oxford 47-yard line.
Good move by Aaron Brady. No chance for a run back on a roll like that. Fall on the ball and take it. Start your offense.
He played the ball like a shortstop. Didn't let it bite. Brady Gives it to Ecker. He wants to come around the left side, and he's going nowhere. He loses 2 or 3 on the play. P.J. Groff did.
P.J. Groff hit him.
Larry Kuhn was at his feet. P.J. Groff came in, and he knocked him down hard.
Good hard tackling here in the second quarter by the Colonials.
P.J. Groff, middle linebacker for New Oxford, is a very good football player. 2nd and 13 for the Mustangs. Brady fakes the handoff to Tracy, rolling right. He's passing downfield intended for Ecker. It's off his hands, and he's leveled by Ryan Wall. Pass falls incomplete. Tell you what, New Oxford might not have as much speed or as much size as some teams, but they'll hit you as hard as anybody, and they've shown that tonight.
We're seeing some hard hits here in this second quarter.
3rd down and 13 for the Mustangs.
Colonials did score first. The Mustangs came back with 2 quick TDs, but it's settled down now into a defensive ball game since then.
3rd and 3, ball resting on the 50. Brady, he's going to keep it himself. He's rolling around the right side on the quarterback keeper. He's got some running room. He's got some speed. He breaks some tackles. He's still going, and he's down to the 20-yard line. A pickup of 30 on the play for Aaron Brady.
And the tackle was by Ryan Wall. He was the last guy that had a chance. Good faking in the backfield that time by Brady. And they had everybody drawn in, and then he went around the right side on the keeper.
Mustangs first down of the second quarter, Dave.
And that was a quarterback sweep all the way. Boy, I tell you, Brady turned on the speed. We have a timeout on the field. We'll pause for 30 seconds. We're back at Mustang Field. It's 2:19 to go in the first half. Southwestern leading New Oxford 14-7. And after a 30-yard quarterback sweep by Aaron Brady, the Mustangs have a 1st and 10 on the New Oxford 20-yard line. They'll attempt to increase their lead before half. With 2:19 to go in the half, they have plenty of time to do so. Timeout was called by the New Oxford defense. They want to make sure they know what they want to do to stop Southwestern. Rudders goes wide right. Brady on the draw to Bria. He's got running room up the middle. He's inside the 10 for another 1st down.
Excellent call.
It'll be 1st and goal for Southwest. Quickly up to the line of scrimmage goes.
No huddle.
No huddle for the Mustangs. They stopped the clock long enough to move the chains, though. Mustangs are ready without the huddle. They're at the line of scrimmage. Brady starts calling the signals. Back to pass. He's looking into the end zone. He had Ecker open, then missed him. Now he's got to run around the left side, and he's going to dive into the end zone for the touchdown anyway.
Good presence of mind for Brady. Everybody was covered out to the right. Everything was shifted to the right, so he just took it back to the left and into the end zone for the touchdown.
He had Ecker open in the middle till he saw him. He was covered. Then Ecker broke open again, but by this time Brady was on his way to the end zone around the left side. 20-7.
2 runs by Aaron Brady were the key to this drive.
He covered 39 of the 50 yards after, well, that wasn't the beginning of the drive. Steve will have that for us. Wickline will attempt to kick. It's up, it's high, it's through the middle, it's good. 21-7 Southwestern with 1:54 to go into half.
Mustangs go 47 yards in 5 plays, take 1:13 in the scoring drive as Aaron Brady goes in from 9 yards out. He picked up 39 of those 47 yards, as Dave mentioned, that big 30-yard carry from the 50 to 20 to put the Mustangs in the scoring position. Wickline adds the extra point. 21-7 Mustangs, 1:54 to go in the first half.
Wickline prepared to kick off for the Mustangs. Deep for the Colonials is Wall and Abel. It's a low kick picked up by Marshall. He's got the ball at the 40-yard line. Out over the 40 to about the 41.
Wickline kicked off from the near hash mark that time. And sort of, I think he was trying to keep it away from Wall.
Well, they're kicking it from the side, on the side of the field where Wall is standing. They've kicked it to Wall every time.
This time he kicked it short.
This time he kicked it on the ground. They didn't want the return.
Right.
Moore calls the signals for the Colonials. Back to pass. Looking downfield, he's got Abel, and he's got a 1st down across the midfield stripe. The receivers are getting open for Moore, and he has the arm to get it to him.
Well, with less than 1:20 remaining on the clock, we're going to see Moore go to the air now to finish out the half.
That may not be a first down, Dave.
It's going to be very close. The officials have stopped the clocks to measure. And I don't think they're going to give it to him. It's going to be one link of the chain short of a first down.
Well, at this particular time in the
doesn't
game,
really matter.
It's not that important.
It's only second down, and they're going to be going for more than an inch on this play anyway.
Right. This isn't a fourth down play coming up. It's second down.
Moore's going to be throwing the ball down the field. May try to get some kind of a little swing pass or to Ryan Wall and let his speed go to work. We'll see what the New Oxford coaching staff has in mind. Abel comes out wide right. Mark Smith in the slot right. High backfield behind Moore. Handoff to Wall. They want to get the first down. His forward progress will get it, but on a running play, the clock keeps moving. We're less than a minute to go in the half.
56 seconds left on the scoreboard clock, and the Colonials at midfield or just past midfield with a first down. They trail in the ball game though, 21-7. Okay, Dave.
Okay, Don. I agree. First and 10 Colonials. Ball resting on Southwestern's 48-yard line. High backfield. It goes to Wall straight ahead off the right guard. He gets the ball down just inside the 45-yard line. These running plays eat up a lot of clock.
Well, the Mustang defense bent, but it didn't break, and he picked up 5 in the play. Zach Topper was the initial tackler.
Coming to the 30-second mark. Colonials are wasting time with running plays.
They got one timeout
wide
left.
Right. Moore, this time he's going to pass, rolls out right, tries to hit Wall in the flat. It's incomplete. Jason Dell was there.
That was a clock stopper at 22 seconds.
Brings up a 3rd and 5 for the Colonials. 22 seconds to go in the half. The ball is resting just short of Southwestern's 44-yard line. Abel comes out wide right. This time it's Ryan Marshall in the slot right. Split backfield behind Moore. Wall stays in the block. He's got Abel. It looked like the hook and lateral play there coming up.
Hook and lateral,
but Abel had to hold on to the ball because he was about to lose control of it.
He looked like he went the lateral before, almost before he had
Right. It definitely, I think that definitely was what they had in mind there. They pick up the first down, though. It's on the 34-yard line. They call a timeout once again. We're going to keep it right here, though, with only 14 seconds to go in the half. 34 yards the Colonials have. 14 seconds to cover it. Try and tighten up the score a little bit before the half. It is 21-7. Southwestern leading New Oxford. New Oxford on the strength of a halfback pass on the first offensive play of the game. Picked up over 50 yards and got some momentum, took it in for a 7-0 lead, but since then it's been almost all Southwestern.
The Colonials have shown, though, they're not afraid to try things offensively, because they were intending to lateral off that forward pass on the preceding play. Didn't accomplish it, but they've got some offensive tricks to pull.
But Coach Lawrence credits assistant coach Scott Anderson with some offensive ingenuity. Moore back to pass. He's looking downfield. He's got Ryan Marshall wide open at the 21-yard line. They'll stop the clock long enough to move the chains as the Colonials have another first down.
6 seconds.
They have a kicker on the field. He's going to try and tempt the field goal. They've got to get the ball snapped. It's only 6 seconds. 5, 4. I don't think they're going to get. They did get it snapped, and the field goal attempt is up. It's long enough. It's off to the left just a little bit. It's no good, and that's the end of the first half. Mustangs leading New Oxford 21-7.
And now, sit back and enjoy the sight and sounds of our 1993 Marching Mustang Band.
You're watching exclusive television coverage of high school football on Hanover Cable TV. Underwritten by the Hanover Evening Sun. Look to the Evening Sun every Wednesday for your complete guide to high school football. The New Area Football Weekly. Farmers Bank and Trust. We're in banking for you, serving the Hanover community. The Hanover Area Family YMCA. The place to be for family fun activities. 500 North George Street. Call 632-8211. The Hollinger Group. For real estate and insurance, call the Hollinger Group. Our #1 policy is service. We work for you. 207 Frederick Street, Hanover. Call 632-5225. Stambaugh Jorgen & Company Incorporated CPAs. Supporting business and education in the community. 1010 Eichelberger Street, Hanover. Call 637-2641.
Okay, it'll be Kaiser kicking off for New Oxford. Corey Rudder standing at about his own 5 because Kaiser gets his foot into the ball. This one's a short one going to the up back at the 20, the 25, the 30, and he's knocked down. That was Bria. Knocked down over the 30 to about the 33-yard line.
He's knocked down hard by Jason Zinn, but the Mustangs will have decent field position to start here in the third period.
13-yard return by Mike Bria.
First and 10 for the Mustangs on their own 33. 21-7 they lead. Wide to the left is Rudders. And we got the handoff to Jason Dell. And Dell off his own left side. Good blocking. Picks up the first down plus more yardage. And he's over the 45 to about the 47-yard line.
Defensive end Larry Kuhn there for New Oxford came across the line of scrimmage. Tried to reach for Dell, but he got sealed off by a nice block by Mike Bria and sprung Dell into the clear.
14-yard carry for Jason Dell.
Brady, the quarterback, quick count. The handoff this time goes to Tracy. Mike Tracy off his own right side, and he's got first down yardage to the New Oxford 40.
Mustangs blasting out quick chunks there, and Brian Wall on the stop for the Colonials.
Let's say the 41. That's where the forward progress was stopped.
It was a big gain for the Mustangs, though, till Wall made the tackle in the secondary.
12-yard carry for Tracy.
Double wing setup, and the wing back Dell on the right side in motion. The pitch stack goes this time to Bria. Bria was in a tailback position, and he's got more running room and another first down inside the 35.
Flag on the play, Don.
There's a one-back set, and the option on the pitch, Brady went to Bria. He picks up good yardage, but as Steve mentioned, there is a penalty flag in the Southwestern backfield. That's going to be a clipping penalty against Southwestern.
It looks like it was pretty much close to the line of scrimmage, so it's going to be minus 15 from that point. Bring it back into Mustang territory, back to their 44-yard line. It'll still be a first down, but first and about 25.
Actually a 16-yard loss on that one.
Right, the penalty flag was in the backfield.
1 yard.
First and 26.
Dell in motion to the left this time. And we've got a whistle and a flag before the snap, so let's sort this one out.
Defensive end Larry Kuhn on the far side tried to anticipate the snap count. He was in the neutral zone before the snap. In high school football, that's an automatic dead ball penalty. They kill it with the whistles, and it's 5 yards against the Colonials.
So that'll mean first and 20 now instead of first and 25.
For you people who watch the big boys play on Sundays, defense can get in that neutral zone and get back before the snap of the ball, but not in high school. Once the defender is in the neutral zone, the play is killed, and it's a penalty against the defense.
Two setbacks, wing on the left. It's Brady rolling out to the left. He beats the defender, almost beats the defenders, and gets back to the line of scrimmage, maybe a yard, close to the 50-yard line.
He almost got out to the outside, but Larry Kuhn got a hand on him, knocked him off balance, and Jason Zinn cleaned up on the tackle.
Ball marked in the 48. No gain on the play, Steve.
Right. Second and 21.
Second down and 21.
Dell, the wing on the right. Corey Rudder split on the left side at split end. Dell in motion, and the handout goes on a counter to Sullivan. Sullivan over the middle. He picks up yardage inside the 45 to about the 42 of New Oxford, getting back close to the original line of scrimmage. It'll be third down and about 11 or 12. Let's call it third and 12.
Tackle in the secondary. Looked like Ryan Marshall on this stop for the Colonials.
Third and 11 for the Mustangs.
Sullivan in motion this time from left to right. We've got the fake counter, and then Brady back to pass. It's Bria out of the backfield, and he's nailed short of the first down, inside the 35, maybe to about the 32-yard line.
Brady was under a strong pass rush, just barely got that ball off, completed it to Bria, and Bria was knocked down hard by Ryan Wall before he could get enough yardage for the first down.
They say he was stopped on the 33-yard line, so it'll be fourth and about 3 now for the first down on the New Oxford 33. Sullivan is out, and Vince Ecker is back in. They're going to go for it on a 4th and 3 at the 33 of New Oxford. Ecker is in a wing on the slot on the left side. Brady rolling to the left. He's got some running room. He's got a block. He slips a tackle. He's inside the 20 to about the 17-yard line.
Stop made by number 9, Tony Moore.
So without any hesitation at all, Aaron Brady tucks the loaf of bread in and goes for the first down.
And he's into the secondary before Tony Moore and Ryan Marshall can make the stop.
15-yard carry for Aaron Brady. He's got 55 on 5 carries.
Ball's on the 18. We've got the counter to Dell. Dell's got some blocking and head of him. He gets inside the 15 to the 14 or 13, and we have an injured Mustang.
Stop made by number 15, Ryan Marshall.
4-yard pickup that time on the play.
Looks like David Jones, the center, is the injured player on the field. One of the Mustang tri-captains, a senior leader on the offensive line.
Thank you, Pat. Time is still out on the field, and David Jones, the center, now is being assisted
Number 15,
Doesn't look too bad, Don. I'm
He's
sure he'll be back.
Coming off under his own power. I think he's going to be okay. Not too much of a limp either.
We'll have to try and see who his replacement is. I didn't pick up the sub when he came onto the field. It looks like it's 59, and that would be Aaron Altermelon.
Brady hands off this time to Eckert. He's got plenty of room off the right side, heading for the corner, and he's going to bounce into the end zone for the touchdown.
Number 15, Vince Eckert, goes 13 yards to the Mustangs.
Boy, did he have a hole on that right side.
I tell you, the Mustangs looked real sharp on that drive. Just big chunks of yardage on every play.
Zach Topper, tight end, blocking on that side, opened things up for him. 27-7 now, the Mustangs. They took this second half kickoff, maintained possession for the complete drive into the end zone. There's the kick, it's up and good, 28-7. And the Mustangs now in what we would call a commanding lead.
Mustangs go 67 yards in 9 plays, taking 4 minutes and 7 seconds to score their 4th touchdown of the night. As Vince Eckert goes in from 14 yards out, Wickline adds his 4th extra point. 28-7 Mustangs, 7:53 to go in the 3rd quarter.
And Wickline kicks off. It's a long end-over-end kick going to Wall now at his own 9. Comes up the near side. He's got a bit of a seam, and it closes quickly at the 30-yard line.
The hole was there, and he saw it. He tried to get to it, but it closed just
He
as
didn't
he
get
got
there
there.
quick enough.
Not that he didn't try or that he doesn't have the speed to get there. It just closed before he got there. It'll be interesting to see how the Colonial team responds now, being down 3 touchdowns.
Just notice Vince Eckert, a happy lad here in the sideline after scoring that touchdown for Southwestern. They lead 28-7.
Also, David Jones, the center who was injured on that drive for Southwestern, is running, trying to loosen his leg up on the sideline. He'll be back.
Okay, there's a handoff, goes to Wall, hits the line of scrimmage, almost lost it, and picked up about 3 yards on the play. Ryan Wall is a hard runner. He runs harder at the point of impact.
I tell you, as a sophomore, we saw him playing, and he displayed a lot of speed on the tall sweep. He still has the speed, but he weighs a lot more than he did as a sophomore.
Packs a lot more power.
And now he'll hit you when you're in the way instead of trying to run around you.
New Oxford in the I formation now on a 2nd and 7. Fake pitch. And back to pass is Moore. The pass is deflected and into the hands and intercepted by the Mustang at the 45-yard line.
Pass was intended for the tight end.
Intercepted by Mike
Lockman.
Libren.
And it was tipped up in the air, and Libren with the interception.
Turning Moore's pass intercepted by number 7, Mike Libren.
On the deflect. So the Mustangs have it back. It'll be first down and 10 yards to go. They have the ball on the 47-yard line of the New Oxford Colonials. With 6:35 remaining in the 3rd quarter, the Mustangs are leading 28-7. Back at the corral, and the Mustangs in control, we might say. They have the football, and they have a 3-touchdown lead. But the Colonials are going to give it a good shot. There's no question about that. As we said earlier, they are an improved football team. Brady nearly fumbled the snap. He gained control, and he flicks one out here to Corey Rudders, and Rudders has run out of bounds inside the 35-yard line. Let's see where he was knocked out.
Corey Rudders tried to do a little juke stutter step, but Ryan Marshall had no part of that. Just pushes him out of bounds, as really there was no room for Corey to make the move to get by him.
At the 33-yard line of New Oxford.
14-yard pass play.
Brady fakes the pass, the draw to Breer inside the 20 to about the 17.
And Mark Smith on the saving tackle for the Colonials.
That fullback draw has been very effective here tonight for the Mustangs.
They've had pretty good success with just about everything they've tried to do. Just some of their own mistakes have kept them from scoring every time they had the ball.
16-yard carry that time for Bria.
Ecker in motion with a handoff, though, goes inside to Tracy. Tracy on a power move over his own right tackle. He's got it inside the 10 to about the 9-yard line.
And I mentioned the mistakes. We shouldn't dwell on them too much. What we have to remember is these are just kids. 15, 16, 17-year-old kids. They're not professionals by any means.
We should expect mistakes.
And they will make mistakes, and we should expect them. Right you are, Don.
Ball's on the 10, fellas, and a handoff to Bria. No mistake on that one as he goes off the right side and with plenty of room to spare, almost gets into the end zone. I think he's down to about the 1 or 2.
I tell you, that blast, that kid has so much quickness. He's not real big, but he's through the hole so quick, he don't need the size. The hole is there, and he's got the quickness to get through it.
Got blocking on the right side, though, there with Zach Gilmore and Zach Topper and Dave Most.
First and goal on the 1, Don.
On the 1. Ecker. Touchdown. Right side. And the same guys blocking as we just mentioned. 34-7 Mustangs.
We should mention that Aaron Uttermelon in there as a substitute at center. He's doing his share of blocking too. That center's got to snap the ball and then release and pick up a linebacker.
I wonder how many, just looking over this bench strength down here, I wonder how many centers the Coach Seidenstricker has. There's the snap and the kick, the extra point is good. 35-7, the Mustangs in the lead with 5:22 remaining in the third quarter. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
Thank you.
35-7, the Mustangs in the lead. 2 touchdowns here in this second half. And
Mustangs go 47 yards that time in 5 plays after the interception by Mike Lebrand, and it was Vince Ecker going in from 1 yard out. Ryan Wickline adds his 5th extra point. 35-7 Mustangs with 5:22 remaining in the third quarter. Time of the drive, 1:24.
And Wickline ready to kick off. High end over end, kick to Wall. Wall fakes the reverse at the 15, going to the far side. He's got some blocking, but it is insufficient as he's knocked down close to the 25-yard line.
Well, Wall had to circle a little deeper than he wanted to avoid the oncoming defenders. Jason Dale over there almost got him, and until he could turn the corner and get upfield, his wall had broken down a little bit. Wall's wall had broken down a little bit.
His wall came tumbling down. Huh?
And he was only able to get it out over to 26, which still not that shabby of a return.
11 yards.
So here come the Colonials with the 1st and 10 on their own 26. Marshall, the wing on the right. Then the handoff goes over the middle, and
may have been a loose ball in there,
a loose
Don.
ball at the point of impact, but I think it was recovered by the Colonials. No gain on the play.
Stop made by number 75, Chris Hanover.
I believe the ball carrier was Kaiser, was it not?
It was Wall.
Was it Wall?
Yeah.
I thought it was a fullback.
Ryan was the last one to get up off the ground, usually a good indication that he was carrying the ball.
Now we have Marshall on a wing to the right side. 2 setbacks are in the eye. Tony Moore, the quarterback. Now we've got the offsides on the left side. And that's Steve Alfrey jumping the gun for the Colonials, and that'll cost them 5. A gift to the Mustang defense. 2nd down and 15 now.
Will be penalized 5 yards for illegal procedure.
So things have not gone well for New Oxford here in this second half.
The Colonials have quite a few players that go both ways. I can only see 4 players that play defense that do not play offense, and I think they're getting a little tired, Don, getting worn out by the depth and the size and the
We were
speed
talking
of this
about
Mustang
depth,
team.
and I think Mustangs have 5 centers, you say?
That was your question. I wonder how many centers he has. Well, he has 5 listed on his roster.
Mark
5
Smith in
centers.
motion to the left. The handoff goes to Wall. He drives his way up over the 30-yard line.
Stop made by number
But it's
31, Jason Dell.
going to be considerably short of a first down. 3rd down and a long 5.
I tell you, Wall, like many good running backs, he looks tired. He gets up, he walks slowly back to the huddle. But boy, when they give him the ball, off he goes again.
You know, the guy used to do that for the Cleveland Browns was Jim Brown years ago. You'd think he was dying, and he'd come back and pick up 16 yards in the next play.
All right.
High formation, and it's Moore. Back to pass. Quick pass to out to the left side. It's up. It's good for the first down out over the 40-yard line.
I tell you, even though the Mustangs,
Abel was the receiver, the split end for New Oxford.
even though the Mustangs are ahead 35-7, I can't help but notice that every time Moore completes a pass to a wide open receiver, that the Southwestern coaching staff is disappointed in the play.
From the Colonial 31.
Down the line in a closer game against a team with a good quarterback, they're going to have to play tougher pass defense than that.
Wing to the left. 2 setbacks. You're certainly right. There's the handoff, and this one goes to Paul Lawrence. And Lawrence, the ball carrier, gets up close to the 45-yard line.
I've noticed it quite a few times where head coach Seidenstricker shakes his head and takes a walk to his defensive coach, and they have a few words with each other. They definitely see something they want to work on here.
2nd down and 6 yards to go for the Colonials. They have the football on their own 45-yard line, just touching the 45. Down to the 2-minute mark in the 3rd quarter. And the score is 35-7, though. The Colonials on the short end. It was 21-7 Southwestern at halftime, and the Mustangs have scored 2 times here in the 3rd quarter. Moore back to pass, throws the long one, and this time it's deflected by the defender of the Mustangs.
I tell you what,
And that was almost completed to Gary Abel.
Abel was open. The ball just a touch too
Baumgartner.
behind him, and Baumgartner barely got back there and got a hand on him. And I saw the coaching staff over here look at each other again because the receiver had gotten behind the defense. And Moore, I tell you, he's impressing me with the way he's throwing the ball tonight. He doesn't throw the ball bad at all.
He's a good passer. And Colonials are running good pass patterns. Real good pass patterns. Let's stop the clock with 1:43 remaining in the 3rd period. Moore back to pass. This one is deflected up in the air and falls to the turf at about the 49-yard line.
Well, that big 6'4" defensive end got his hand up there. That's Zach Topper. Possibly an all-league selection at that position before the year is out.
That's one of the best pass defenses in the world. Don't let the passer get it off.
Right. Don't let the ball by the line of scrimmage.
Right. Punt time. Colonials have too many guys on the field. There's an end-over-end kick. It's muffed by Rudders, and he has to go back and fall on it at about the 17-yard line, but I think there's going to be a penalty on the kicking team. I think the official counted an even dozen.
That's what the signal is. One hand on the opposite shoulder there. I don't have my referee signals in my rule book here. Oh, yes, I do.
It better be in there, Dave. 4th and 11 then for the Colonials from their own 40. And they'll punt again. It's a 3rd penalty against the Colonial offense, total of 15 yards.
The penalty call is a substitution infraction.
Substitution infraction, okay.
The sub didn't get off the field quick enough.
There's the kick, and it goes to Brady. Brady breaks it loose at his own 40. He's into New Oxford territory and won't give up until he's inside the 30.
Steve Alfrey was following him the whole way down the field, and when Brady had to make a move to get by Tony Moore, the punter, Alfrey finally was able to catch up to him and drag him down. but not till Brady returns that punt inside the 30 to the Colonial 27, and the Colonials really do look tired. They're arm tackling, they're a step slower than they were in the first half, and Southwest is pretty much having their way here in the second half.
Colonials have called a timeout. They trail 35-7. It was 21-7 at halftime. Now the Mustangs evidently going for 42. Hecker in motion from left to right. We've got some all kind of motion and flags before the snap, and who did what first?
Everybody's moving, but who did what first?
That's right. I think
the Oxford defense was drawn off sides, the illegal procedure penalty against Southwestern.
I think that somebody on the left side of the offensive line, the tackle at the end, caused the infraction.
That's third penalty against the Mustang offense. 36 yards total.
So it'll be 1st and 15 now for Southwestern. Hecker in motion from left to right. Brady on the pitch back to Bria. Back of Bria. He dropped it, picked it up, and now he's nailed for a little bit of a loss. Back to about the 35-yard line.
Bria was able to avoid Jose Del Piago in the backfield, but he couldn't get away from Ryan Marshall. Marshall drug him down for about a 2-yard loss.
2nd and 17 for the Mustangs.
And it looks like David Jones won't be back tonight. His replacement is going to continue at center. There's a drop ball by Dell in the backfield, and he is nailed after he picks the ball up. He did well just to get the ball back. It was one of those fumbles where the ball hit on the point and came right back up to him.
Starting to get just a slight bit of sloppiness into the play here.
9-yard loss makes it 3rd and 26.
You'd expect that when the subs get in the game, but it's still the first team out there.
Well, maybe Donnie ought to take him out and sit him down.
Tell him your work's done, guys. Take a break.
There's the handoff to Dell. He's coming around the left side. He's got running room this time, running hard inside the 30 to about the 27 or 8-yard line.
Stop made by number.
Here come the Mustangs. 4th down and 10 yards to go. And the handoff goes to Dell, and it's fumbled, and we've got the recovery, I believe, by New Oxford.
Right you are, Don, and that's that big 300-pound sophomore there from New Oxford on the recovery.
Mr. Kuhn.
It's the big kid. Where is he? I got the defense in front of me, and I'm looking on your card. That's Mark Rhodes.
Oh, Mark
6
Rhodes.
foot, 308-pound sophomore on the recovery for Oxford.
He got you all excited.
Oh, my goodness.
1st and 10 for the New Oxford Colonials.
From their own 34.
Abel is split wide to the left. Marshall is in motion now to the right. Got 2 setbacks. Tony Moore pitches back to Wall. Wall up the right side, and he's knocked out of bounds after he picks up maybe about 5 yards on the play.
Possibly close to 6. Haven't seen too much of that play tonight, the toss sweep by Wall.
Yeah, he did pick up 6 yards on that 1st down play. It'll be 2nd down and 4 now for the Colonials. And they have the football on just outside their own 40-yard line, but trailing in the ball game 35-7.
He was knocked out of bounds on the far sideline by a couple of Mustangs. Couldn't quite tell exactly who it was from this distance.
2 wides to the left now. The handoff goes over the middle. Then it goes to, I think it was Paul Lawrence.
That's right, Don. It was Paul Lawrence, the fullback.
Picked up good yardage, and he's got 1st down yardage at the 46-yard line.
Colonials' 10th 1st down of the ball game.
The ball on their 46-yard line.
I think Jordy Lawrence would like nothing more now than a drive and a score to
just a little face saver there.
Boost things up a little bit here psychologically for the Colonials. High formation, Moore back to pass, flicks it out to the right side. Incomplete, intended for Gary Abel. He split in.
A little too hot for Abel to bring it down with just these fingers.
Stops the clock at 10:46 in the ball game.
Second down.
Ball resting on the 46-yard line of the New Oxford Colonials. 2nd and 10. Mark Smith brings the ball in, the play in from the sideline. Doug Cole is the center. He's out over the ball. Wide to the right goes Gable to split end. In motion now is Smith to the left. Moore rolling to the left, fires it, and it's intercepted by the Mustangs. And who's that guy?
That's Brian Hart, middle linebacker.
Brian Hart. He was in position.
Made a nice move on the ball, cut right in front of the defender, picked it off, and returns it into New Oxford territory just short of the 39.
Good defense by Brian Hart to give the Mustangs the football back at the 39-yard line of the Colonials. Southwestern with a 35-7 lead. Brady still the quarterback. Looks like he's got second string line in there though. Ball handed off to Dell. Dell picks up yardage inside the 30-yard line, about the 34.
The
35.
Right yard, Don. The first team skill people are in there, but it is the second unit offensive line doing the blocking for Southwestern now.
Lybrand wide to the right. The handoff this time goes to Ecker. Ecker loses the... Did he lose it?
He lose the ball is right. He had it ripped out of his arms by Ryan Wall, and it flew up in the air and rolled about 10 yards away. But luckily, the Mustangs were able to recover.
Very fortunate recovery for Southwestern after the ball was ripped loose.
It was... He had the ball tucked in there in his elbow, but Ryan Wall just ripped it right out of there.
They've got a 3rd and 4 on the 33 of New Oxford.
A testament to just how strong Wall is.
Handoff inside to Bria. Bria on the quick opener gets the first down. He was tackled by Tony Moore, the safety man.
He's into the secondary before the safety. Tony Moore is able to bring him down.
10-yard carry for Bria. He's got 103 on the night.
Had a new back in there last play. Aaron Miller was in for Southwestern, and he's the wing back on the right side now in this set. Handoff to Ecker. Ecker tries the right side, may have picked up a yard or two. The gang tackled at that point.
It's Larry Kuhn. Jason's in, and Troy Kaiser on the stop for the Colonials as they gang up to bring him down.
No gain on the play. The ball's on the 22-yard line. Second and 10 for the Mustangs on the New Oxford 22. Handoff over the middle, and this one goes to Mike Tracy. Jumps over the line and gets inside the 20 to about the 19-yard line. It'll be 3rd and 7 now for Southwestern. They're leading in the ball game comfortably, 35-7.
7:55 to go in the game.
Back at Southwestern, and the ball marked ready for play. 3rd down and 7 yards to go for the Mustangs. Brady rolls left, looking for running room. He's got it, and it's, I believe he's got the first down.
Yeah, he's got a first down, Don. He's almost to the 10. They had to get inside the 12 for a first down.
Their 16th first down of the ball game.
Aaron Brady, fine running here tonight. That was not a running play, I don't believe. The intended pass.
Not originally, but
everybody was covered, so he tucked it in again and picked up the first down.
62 yards and 6 carries for Brady.
Brady handing off this time to Tracy. And Tracy dives over the 10. He gets about to the 9 or the 8-yard line.
P.J. Groft on the stop for the Colonials.
Let's put it just inside the 10. 2-yard pickup for Tracy on that first down play. Second down and 8.
I believe the Colonials called that timeout a while ago just to get a sub into the game for Ryan Wall, their bread and butter player.
Handoff on a counter goes to Ecker. Finds room for the touchdown.
His third TD of the night, Don.
Cut it up inside and saw the opening and danced into the end zone, and he's got number 3. And it's 41-7. Southwestern. Wickline will try the extra point. That'll be 7 in a row if he makes it. There it is. It's up and good, comfortably through the uprights. 42-7. Southwestern. 6:49 left in the ball game. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
6:49 to go in the first quarter.
You're watching exclusive television coverage of high school football on Hanover Cable TV. Underwritten by Stambaugh, Dorgan & Company Incorporated CPAs. Supporting business and education in the community. 1010 Eichelberger Street, Hanover. Call 637-2641. The Hollinger Group. For real estate and insurance, call the Hollinger Group. Our #1 policy is service. We work for you. 207 Frederick Street, Hanover. Call 632-5225. The Hanover Area Family YMCA. The place to be for family fun activities. 500 North George Street. Call 632-8211. Farmers Bank and Trust. We're in banking for you. Serving the Hanover community. And the Hanover Evening Sun. Look to the Hanover Evening Sun every Wednesday for your complete guide to high school football. The New Area Football Weekly.
Mustangs go 39 yards in 8 plays after the interception by Brian Hart. Taking 3 minutes and 45 seconds, Vic Zecker, his third TD of the night from 10 yards out. Wickline adds his 6th extra point. It's 42-7 Mustangs with 6:49 remaining in the game.
Ryan Wald at the 10, the 15, the 20. Running hard over the 25, the 30, and he finally knocked down as he gets up to the 35-yard line. So it'll be first down at 10 yards to go for the Colonials on their own 35.
25-yard return for Ryan Wall that time. He's had some nice return yardage tonight.
He's a stud, Wall is.
Doug Cole to center, out over the ball. That's Marshall wide to the right. Marshall is in motion to the left. There's the pitch. The pitch comes back to the wall to the left side. He's got some running room around the left end from the 40, the 50. He's inside the 20. He's got one man to beat. He beats him. Touchdown, New Oxford. And the Colonials score against the second defensive unit of the Mustangs.
65-yard touchdown run for Ryan Wall.
I tell you, and he just annihilated a Mustang defensive back with a stiff arm once he got to the sideline.
And that gives Ryan Wall 148 yards on the night on 17 carries.
Troy Kaiser will attempt the extra point. So that didn't take long, fellas. There's the snap, pitch down. This one is going to be wide to the right. So it's a 42-13 ball game. 42-13 ball game.
Oh, there's a lot of points being scored here tonight. Trouble is, it's kind of lopsided on the scoreboard.
Just a bit.
For the Mustangs, number 87, Corey Brothers.
Kaiser approaches the ball and sort of a line drive, wobbly kick going to Rudders inside his 10. Cuts it back at the 20, looking for running room, and weaves his way up to the 25-yard line.
He shrugged off a tackle attempted by Brian Lockman of the Colonials back at the 20. Gets it back out over to 25.
First and 10 for the Mustangs. The ball on their 26-yard line.
That was a 17-yard return by Corey Rudders for the Mustangs.
Okay, it's depth chart time, fellas.
Have fun, Don. I'm going to have fun, too, keeping track of it, so I better pay attention here.
I believe Gene Krause was the quarterback.
Mike Tracy.
Handoff goes to fullback Tracy, though. And he's got the ball up over the 30 to the 31-yard line.
5-yard carry for Tracy.
Now Bria comes back in.
I believe it's John Beal, 18,
18.
at quarterback, Don.
Okay.
5'9", 135 senior.
Instead of 10, it's 18. Yeah, we've seen Beal before. That's correct.
Right.
Beal is the quarterback. Miller is in motion to the left. The handoff goes to Bria. And Bria gets up over the 30 to about the 35-yard line.
Hit at the 30, able to spin away from that tackle attempt and out
To the 34.
34-yard line.
3rd down and 2 for the Mustangs on their own
P.J.
34.
Groft hanging on for the Colonials.
107 yards for Mike Bria tonight.
Todd Plunkett comes in at split end for the Mustangs. And he comes wide to the right. Miller in a slot to the right. Actually a wingback position. Beal hands off, and
Larry Kuhn rips the ball out of his hands. Defensive end, he's going the other way.
we've got a steal in there. And the New Oxford Colonials have the football.
Ripped the ball out of whose hands, Dave?
Eckers,
Okay.
he's got to tuck that ball away. That's the second time someone's ripped it out of his arms.
Larry Kuhn gets credit for the takeaway, and literally it was a takeaway.
He did. He just reached right in there and ripped it out of his arms and started the other way.
New Oxford ball. And they've got it on the 28-yard line of the Southwestern Mustangs. High formation in the backfield, wing back right, split end is on the right side. Deep pass into the end zone is incomplete. Intended for the split end Gary Abel.
Flag on the play.
Is there a flag at the 5?
Yes, it is. He was tripped. It may have been inadvertent, but he was tripped nevertheless, and the back judge flagged the play.
Pass interference against the Mustangs. That'll give the Colonials a first down. They're 12th of the night.
So the Colonials have a chance to get number 3 on the board here. They've got 3 minutes and 56 seconds. Trailing in the ball game though, 42-13. And now the Mustangs will call timeout. With timeout on the field, we'll pause for 30 seconds.
We'll return in a moment with more exclusive coverage of high school football on Hanover Cable TV. Underwritten by the Hanover Evening Sun, Farmers Bank and Trust, the Hanover Area Family YMCA, the Hollinger Group, and Stambaugh, Dorgan & Company Incorporated CPAs.
The ball's on the 12-yard line, whether you guys like it or not.
Somebody has an extra long stride there, counting off the half the distance.
Yeah, half of 28 is 12. You never do that, did you?
First and 10 for the Colonials, and Paul Lawrence was met at the line of scrimmage, and in fact behind the line of scrimmage, and he loses a yard on first down play. Now it's getting back closer to the 14, fellas.
Second and 11 for the Colonials from the 14. How's that done?
Okay.
We'll take it.
Somehow it got back there. Good defensive play by the Mustangs. Put it there.
Loss of about 1 yard on the play.
Smith in the slot to the left. Abel is wide to the left. Smith in motion to the right now. The backs are split. Moore, the pitch to
Wall.
and Wall down the right side. There's a flag on the play. So it's
May have an illegal block at the corner that was able to spring Wall. Wall was in motion and took the toss, tried to sweep around the right side. When he cut it up, he may have been the
what, a crackback?
It's a clipping call.
Yeah, that's essentially that's what it is. And that'll be 15 big ones against the Colonials.
The man was out there cutting off the corner, and when Wall went to cut back inside, he got a clip block that enabled him some running room.
It's back on the 28 again, Don. That was a 14-yard loss. Bring up second and 25.
A 14-yard loss, 15 yards.
Yeah, because the clip was a yard beyond the line of scrimmage.
Well, it doesn't bother me because the score is 42-13. Now, if it were 14-13, well, I might get excited about it.
We're not going to nitpick. We'll just use toothpicks to keep our eyes open the rest of the way. 3:05 to go, 42-13, Southwestern leading New Oxford.
And the Colonials with a second and 25 at the Mustang 28-yard line.
We have an official's timeout here for an equipment repair. And now we're about ready to go. So let's see if the Colonials can score another touchdown here. As Ryan Marshall comes wide to the left.
Look for Moore to put the ball in the air here.
High formation in the backfield. Moore back to pass. Looking down the right sideline and can't carry Abel.
He let him a little too much.
Just can't run under the ball. That's what I wanted to get out. Trying to run under that long pass, and it was incomplete. Close to the end zone. Maybe about the 4-yard line. So it'll be a third down now from the 28 of the Mustangs. Now we've got Abel wide to the left. On the third down play, Smith in motion to the left. We've got the pitch to the left to Wall. Wall looking for running room. He slips 2 tackles, runs over a third man, and gets down to the 20-yard line.
He is tough. He is very tough.
But that will bring up a 4th down for the Colonials. And this may be their last go at it. 4th and about 18 yards to go for the first down.
Colonial staff tried to catch Southwestern reading pass there, but the defense was up to snuff, and Wall had to work hard just for those few yards.
He was 156 on the night now.
Now we've got 2 wides to the right, so Moore will step back, fire one, and it goes.
There it is.
Yes, the hook and ladder. And
it worked.
The lateral was
Who received the pass there, Dave?
Abel received the pass.
And he lateraled back to Smith.
To Smith, and Smith couldn't handle the ball, and it's fumbled, recovered by Southwestern.
The Mustangs on their own
3-yard line,
3-yard
approximately.
Line, yeah. Right. So the concept was there, but they couldn't execute. Completed pass to Abel, a fumble lateral by Smith, recovered by the Mustangs on their own 3-yard line, and the clock is running at 1:20. Southwestern leading 42-13. There's the handoff over the middle, and stopped in his own backfield is the
Who is the ball carrier?
We're looking. he's too far away.
Sorry, Steve. We know how you want to keep these stats as accurate as possible, but they're way over there on that far end zone in the corner, and I can't tell you who it was for sure. My guess is Aaron Miller. There's another quarterback into the game for Southwestern right now, too, and that's Mike Kiefer, a 6', 155 junior.
We've got the running back on this play was
there was a fumble recovered by New Oxford for a touchdown.
Jeff Reese fumbled in his own end zone, and New Oxford recovers for a touchdown. Now, Moore brings him out.
Look at the paper tomorrow morning.
Somebody's name will be in it.
You're right.
He rolls to the right, looks into the end zone, keeps it, and
he runs
dives in for the score.
for the conversion.
Well, yeah,
2 points.
The 2-point touchdown.
two-point touchdown.
With 39.
Troy Kaiser will kick off for New Oxford again after the Colonials have scored their third touchdown. The defense scored the touchdown that time. Well, we have the onside kick, but it's fallen on by the Mustangs at their own 47-yard line.
And they will have to snap it for one play, as the clock didn't even start on that onside kick return. Zach Gilmore fell on the ball alertly, and he was already on the ground when the ball came to him, so the clock never had a chance to start.
That's right. His knee was on the ground when
the clock does not start until a receiving team member touches it, and he was already dead on the ground when he touched it, so no time went off.
So the Mustangs with a play from their own 47-yard line. Keeper over the middle.
Kiefer.
Kiefer on the keeper.
Right.
And that should be the last play of the ball game.
The Colonials are saying they ripped the ball out of his hands, but I don't think they're going to get the call. They're going to say
The ball was dead. The ball was dead before the...
And that was the last play of the game. 5 seconds left and counting.
42-21 is the final score. The Mustangs over the Colonials, and we had a couple of bizarre plays in the last minute and a half or minute and 50 seconds to end the ball game, and the Colonials came back with a touchdown to and the 2-point conversion to make it 42-21. But the Mustangs had it well in hand. They led at halftime 21-7, and then they scored 2 touchdowns in that third period, and that sort of iced it for the home team. So while Steve adds things up, and I'm quite sure he's got a lot of things to add there in that fourth quarter, let's pause for 60 seconds.